play the blues for you. Ain't no big name.
All right, guys, how are you? Can you hear me? I hope so. Hi, freaking Sandor, how are you? Omer, Ahuil. So, can you hear me, guys?
Ain't no big name.
All right, guys. Awesome, Idris. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, let's have a look at gold very, very quickly, right? So, basically, I'm looking for longs. Sleepy, bro? You? No, no. Why? Because it's 2:30 in the morning here? No. Hey, Orlando from DR. What is DR? Germany in the house. Best wishes. Best wishes to you, mate, too. Thank you. All right, so let's have a look at this gold. Right. Again, yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw the video that I posted yesterday. This one about losing my first trade short on the Nasdaq and then coming back to turn green the day. Right. So I'm pointing that out because Sri Lanka in the house. Yeah, so basically, I'm talking about this because um, today I didn't take a short in gold that I was looking at. Possible shorts in gold, pre-market, right? Pre-London Open. Very quickly, I'm going to show you the actual setup that I was looking at. I was looking to trade this imbalance right here, right? With the order block above. So basically, this was my possible setup, right? Pre-market. But I don't trade pre-market. I don't trade pre-market. So I didn't place my order. I was waiting for, the open, and price opened super bullish, right? So right now I'm looking at this possible gold longs, right? Now, what are we going to do? Let's have a look, right? Let's have a look. So I'm looking at a 3-minute chart. And I'm looking at this possible setup, this possible long here. There is an imbalance, big imbalance here, which I could enter at market right now, but I am not going to do that, right? Mm, why? Because I am waiting for the mitigation of this order block right here. So I'm going to place my buy stops, buy limits, I'm sorry, right here around the 1930.65 with stop losses just below those lows. Just going to wait a little bit because this pullback is quite strong, right? Let's have a look at the dollar index on the 10-minute chart. Quite choppy, quite choppy. Uh, all right. No. Yeah, this is quite choppy. I'm focusing on gold at the moment, guys. Really focusing on this possible setup. I do really like it. Um, all right, so we have this imbalance right here that has already been filled, and there's another one here, of course. So which one are we going to trade? That is a big question. I'm gonna go even lower to the one. Yeah, I'm gonna trade the lower one right here. Or stop losses just at the lows, targets at the highs of the move. This is 7R. This is 7R. Now, the reason that I'm looking at this particular setup, mm, ju- uh, uh, I'm just thinking about this. Just a second, guys. The 1 minute chart. Yeah, this is the one that I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna place my order at the 1929 level. Yep. And the reason that I'm going to place that order at the 1929 level is because I always look for that the imbalance above the order block that saw the actual big orders that created the break of the structure. So, as you can see, this supply zone, the first supply zone, the one that I pointed out, is about to fail. Now, having said that, let's go to a 2 minute chart, a 1 minute chart. Most definitely. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Also, equities. I don't know if you saw this. Equities are crashing, and there was a good opportunity also on the FTSE on the 3 minute chart again. No, it was on the DAX actually. Now I was looking for possible longs on the DAX, just about at the 14,920 level, but I'm focusing on gold right now. Really focusing on gold. Let's have a look at that power buy zone. Where is it? Yeah, just there. Right there. All right, so I'm gonna place this order. It's a buy limit. Mm, hold on. Mm-mm. Yep. So my order is a buy limit at 1929. All right, gold. Mm, right, let me just calculate my position size. 1929. Stop losses just below these lows at 1927.50, risking 0.5%. 1929, 1927.50. Yep, actually a little bit lower my stop loss. 1927, 35. All right. So I'm gonna place this order, and my targets are at the high of the move, right at the London session highs. For a 7.6 R, which is very, very cool. And in order, I'm gonna send this to my VAPs to buy limit at the 1929 and 1929. Stop loss at the 1927, 1927.50, and a target at the 1937. Place. All right. So this is a let's have a look. Two. Right. So any questions, guys? Any questions at all? Just type it on the chat. This is my oh my ordering gold. Send it to the VAPs. Hold on. So it's a buy limit at the 1929, with stop losses at the 1927.35, and a TP at the 1937. So my TP is at 1937, so it's basically a 7R or so. Risk 0.5%. Mhm. Uh, uh, um, Stop loss 1925, below three lows. No, my stop loss is below this low at the 1927.35. Now, if you look at this, right? If you look at this, yes, we're having a reaction to this order block. But if you look at what happened here, this supply zone failed, right? And price broke with the previous base. So I'm pretty confident about taking that trade lower, right? If price rallies from here, then I'm not going to be on that trade. But to me, once price uh, or once a zone fails like this, then with the setup is just not optimal anymore. When I mean a price could rally and on a dead cat bounce and then come back down and fill me in on my longs. Right, so this is my gold. Let's have a look at some other markets. I was looking also at the pound yen. And yesterday I was looking at the US dollar, Singapore dollar. I'm gonna show you the USD thing that I was looking at yesterday. So basically, I was looking for longs on the USD thing right here, actually at this zone where we saw that around the 130, 132 actually, 132.05 or so. But I just didn't like. I mean, I didn't want to place a buy limit, and leave that open. I mean, that pending order, during my downtime. So I didn't take it. Now the pound yen. I'm looking for longs on the pound yen, of course, and this setup is actually looking very, very good. If we go to a 5-minute chart, what I'm looking at is another leg down, right? So there's a ton of liquidity here that I am just waiting for price to to sweep or to sweep, right? I'm definitely not going to be a buyer at these highs. And my actual entry would be even lower, around the 158.70 or so. Something like this. 158.70, right? With stop losses just below, this lows right here. So right about here, and targets at the highs of the move for a 6R. All right, so waiting on gold to fill me in on these longs, and this is my other idea on the pound yen, right? So these are two hot markets that I'm looking at. Let's look at some, at what we can trade. Um, on the US dollar side, I mean, if we look at the US dollar currency index right now, it is quite bearish. Hold on, let me just delete all the drawings. It is quite bearish, right? And very possibly, price is going to break with the Asia session lows right here with this level. Pretty possibly, we're going to see another leg down in the USD. No, this is Japanese yen. Sorry, this is Japanese yen index. The US dollar is quite choppy, actually, right? The US dollar is quite choppy. So if we look at the Japanese yen, right? Uh, should the Japanese yen break with the Asian session lows, right, and come back to mitigate this supply zone right here, that, my friends, would in fact be bearish in the short term for the pound yen, and we could see that dip towards my entry zone before the move to the upside. So basically, if the Japanese yen dips, right, that is bullish for the pound yen, right? But in a case that the Japanese yen comes back down towards this level, right, we could see that dip, and then if the Japanese yen rallies from this level, that we actually I don't know if I'm going to place this order at all. There you go. Gold about to break with those lows. This setup is a little bit aggressive, right? But it checks all of my, all of the check boxes on my entry model. So the first one is looking at the imbalance just before the break of the structure, right? And always trading with the trend, right? When price broke with these highs, the upside in this market was not confirmed. But after breaking with the Asian session highs, I think that the upside is pretty well confirmed. So longs are in play. Hello, admin. Gold 1 hour. This is XABCD. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean about that. My TP in gold is 1937. 1937, guys. And my stop loss is a 1927.35. So something like this. So my risk to reward ratio is actually not 1 to 7. There you go. About to get filled on those gold shorts. Gold longs. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sleepy. All right. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you are just going to tease me with that. I'm talking to this market. I'm talking to gold. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So here you go. This is the account that tracks the VAP trades, and yeah, as you can see, price came here but didn't fill me on my buy limit. Right? That sucks. I don't know if you guys got filled on that one. But you know what? Sometimes that happens, and I am going to keep my pending order alive. But I mean, I told you that this order block or this supply zone was going to fail. All right, so let's wait for this possible go long, right? I don't know if you guys got filled on that one. I don't know what you're talking about there. MNKH, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand what you're talking about. Let's have a look at some other markets, some metals. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at, normally I go live uh, 10, 15 minutes before the London Open, but I mean, I was looking at, I was going through my charts and I really didn't find anything worth commenting. So there was absolutely no reason to go live, without a real setup. Mm-mm. All right. Mm. Let's just wait a little bit. I mean, I could enter at market right now, would be the same, right? But I'm going to stay true to my entry model. There you go. Mm. Spreads are quite wide right now. Boom, field long gold. I am in that trade right now. All right. I am field gold long. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what happens here. Now, price could come down to mitigate the this demand zone around the 1928.10 to 1928.15, which would mean that my trade would be in a little bit of a drop, which is fine. You know, it's almost impossible to pinpoint the exact level, where price is going to reverse. So, yeah, I'm completely and utterly fine with a little bit of a drawdown in this trade, right? Let's have a look at the US dollar. Yeah, the US dollar is rallying at the moment. Yeah, but I dig the entry. I dig the entry a ton. 128, 129. Yeah. Now, the reason that I am risking 0.5% is because I want to be able to manage my risk a little bit lower. if I see, a ton of bearish pressure and being able to get maybe lower on this possible position, or getting stopped out and trying again a new buy in this market a little bit lower. But when it comes to this entry model, this is a pretty slam dunk setup, right? Price breaking with the structure, right? And trading the imbalance and the demand zone that created that break of the structure. So, like I told you, should I had placed that buy limit at the previous demand zone, the weaker one, I would have been stopped out. But now I am not. I'm breaking even on this trade. Right? Any questions, guys? I am open. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere, mate. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere at all. Don't worry. We're going to manage this one. So, how are we going to manage it, right? Let's review the plan. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to it? That helps me out a ton, you know. All right. All right, so I'm gonna leave this one, running. You know what? I'm not going to do anything to this trade, in the sense that should this demand zone fail, I'm going to get stopped out for a 0.5% loss and try a long a little bit lower, right? Which would be, in fact, um, a lower quality long than the one that we are currently in. This is the best zone to buy the dip after that big bullish move, right? Why? Because if you notice here, right, after the break of the structure here, right, there were a ton of weak players trying to buy the dip, right here. Liquidity getting taken out. Here, liquidity getting taken out. Boom. And then, um, yeah, price coming back towards the actual zone that created that break, to see real buyers jump in. Now, if this zone fails, I am actually not going to try another long in this market because it will be less than optimal, actually. But you know what? This is looking very good. I am happy with a 0.5% risk on a possible. Let's have a look. 16, and yeah, it's a 5R. So I am going to. Yeah, I don't like you know sending mistakes on the VIP group, so I had to modify that. Learn to Trade is the best channel for learning. Really thankful. Made some good profit the last day. Well, mate, I am very happy to hear that. And if you are okay with it, I'm going to use your message for marketing purposes. And you know what? This is the whole idea behind this, right? Behind what we do. Um, you know, um, there's enough money, right, in these markets for everybody to profit, right? And also, the idea is for you to understand that when it comes to trading, you have to focus on the long term, right? You have to focus on the math behind your setups, right? And yeah, you're going to have losing streaks, right? That happens. That happens, right? But if you manage your risk like a pro, and if you take only optimal setups with good risk to reward ratios, you know, in the long term, right, taking the same setup over and over and over on a vacuum prints money. So it really doesn't matter if if you got stopped out on a loss on the past three, four trades, right? What matters is your decision-making process. Sure, is it's a scalp buy you are taking because today already high is 1937.49. Yeah, I mean it's a day trade, mate. It's a day trade. All right. Don't break with the lows. You know what? It doesn't matter if the price breaks with the lows. Very possibly going to mitigate that demand zone. Very possibly mitigating the demand zone. My stop losses are very, very, there you go, mitigating the demand zone. Now, if this demand zone fails, I most definitely will be stopped out at a loss, a 0.5% loss. And I don't think I'm going to look for longs again in this market. All right, so let's go and focus on some other possible setups. The pound yen, the one that I was looking at. Hold on, I'm going to keep my gold chart here. And the pound yen. Oh boy, I missed this one. I think gold is today go down. Maybe. Maybe this is the thing, mate. This is the thing. No one knows. No one fucking knows what's going to happen, right? No one knows. If anybody tells you that the price of gold is going to go down today, they're fucking lying to you because this is an auction between buyers and sellers, right? This is what it is. This is an auction between buyers and sellers. And if someone tells you, yeah, that the price of any given asset is going to do something today, they're lying to you because what they're saying basically is that they know future auction and no one knows future auction, right? What the only thing that you can, no one fucking knows what's going to happen, right? No one knows if this demand zone is going to hold or is going to fail. No one fucking knows. What the only thing that you can the only thing that you can do or the only thing that you can control, right, is your system, your rules, your risk, and the math behind of what you do. I know for sure because I have done the back testing that this setup right here has a very high probability of success. So if I get stopped out today, it really doesn't matter because, like I told you, over and over and over in the long term, I would take this trade every single day because in the long term, it prints money. What is your risk on full margin? So zero point 0.5 now, what would it be on full risk? I don't understand that question, mate. Uh, the margin or the leverage that you have or that you can get with any broker really doesn't matter because you're never going to use your full leverage, right? Um, right? Even if you risk 1% or 2% per trade, you're not going to go above what 21 to 25, 25 to 1 or so, right? So it really doesn't matter. We can only scalp the breadcrumbs within the trends. No, I don't think so. I think that that there's you know if you do the work right, there's more than just trying to profit from. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna get stuff out to profit from what you call the breadcrumbs. No, I think with for example this exact entry model, right? In gold, um, and this is the thing, right? When this happens, right? When uh, price breaks with the structure from the Asian session lows and breaks with the Asian session highs, comes back towards this zone that created the breakout, it has a very high probability of success. I don't want to lie, so I'm going to look at the actual numbers. It has an above, so stopped out at a 0.5% loss. Pretty, I'm actually going to place a new one here. Has an above 67.2% probability of success. So, uh, with that, with that win ratio, with that win ratio, um, with that win ratio and above 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, you can get, you can get stopped out 5, 6 trades in a row. I mean, if you get stopped out 5 trades in a row, um, and you win the next one, you're going to break even with only a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. So I'm not going to place an aggressive order here. An aggressive order meaning a buy limit, but I am most definitely looking for those buys here. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Um, Let me just update the VIP group. New, new. All right. A 1937 on D for X A B C D. I don't understand what you're talking about, mate. I really don't understand what you're talking about. All right, so let's wait just a second on this gold, possible gold long, and let's focus on what's going on here on the pound yen. Move drawings. Now, let's have a look at what happened here. Now, if you notice, the London session range is within the Asian session range, which is a big range. We're talking about from high to lows, about 77 pips, right? Um, Here we do have a possible short on the pound yen. Um, right here, this would be my setup short on the pound yen for about 8. XABCD is a pattern. Yeah, I don't trade patterns, man. I really don't trade patterns. Is it like a those Fibonacci patterns? What are they called? All right, just waiting for gold here. So, like I told you, I'm not gonna place an aggressive buy limit here in gold. I'm just going to wait and wait for the reaction to on this zone, and if it makes a new high, maybe taking a buy at a dip or something like this, right? Uh, um, Let me just thicken this chart out. Yep, still rooms to go. So, this is what I would be looking for in on the pound yen. Yep, this again. Let's have a look at the Japanese yen basket. Right. So here we go. What I told you before on the Japanese yen basket was completely wrong. Was the other way around. I was just looking at my other charts. So basically, if the Japanese yen continues to dip, right, this is bullish for the pound yen, right, and that could trigger that move towards this supply zone, right, on which I would be looking for, short-term shorts. Yep, but this move, the Japanese yen is quite strong too, right? I'm not gonna place any trades on the pound yen yet, because the Japanese yen just broke with the Asian session lows, right? I'm gonna wait and see the reaction around this area. Now, coming back to gold. Now, this is the thing, guys. This is something that it looks very, very trappy right here. Remember, we're looking at the very low time frames, and this is looking very trappy. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, right? I'm definitely, most definitely going to wait because because price already broke with two heavy zones, and the previous one, the one that I traded was a very, very thick area. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens here, right? Very possibly, if we have that reversal, very possibly we'll be taking a lesser risk to reward ratio, but a more secure trade. So let's wait and see what happens. Now, if price breaks with this low, I most definitely will not look for any more gold trades. But let's wait and see what happens right here. Yep, there you go, that mitigation. So that we have that bullish reaction, I'm not gonna place an order just yet, right? Let me just delete this. I'm not gonna place that order just yet. Um, I am, however, going to wait for a possible break of these highs and then a pullback to place that buy, right? And if that plays out, I'm going to use a 0.75% risk on the trade because it's a more secure position, not that aggressive. What about Dash to Trade? DAI. What about Dash to Trade token? Yeah, the Dash to Trade token, no, it's pretty much alive. Now, what you need to understand is that this, you have to look at that. You have to look at the Dash to Trade as a long-term hold. At least this is how I'm looking at it myself as a long-term hold. Why? Because the terminal hasn't even launched yet, right? And what's going to bring a ton of buyers every single week is the terminal, right? So I'm pretty happy with it, and this is not advice. You do whatever you want to do with your money, but in my opinion, uh, these low prices on the Dash to Trade token are a good, good opportunity. So myself, I'm buying more. Right. There you go. That mitigation. So don't think that we have missed the move yet. Don't think that we have missed the move at all. Now, there's a couple of things that we could do here. The first one is to place a buy limit just below this week, which I think I'm going to do right now. And I am only going to risk 0.5%. So 1927.20, stop losses 1926. Let me just have a look at stop losses 1926, buy limit 1927. 20. Yeah, I dig it. Um, so let me calculate my position size. 0.5%, guys. 0.5%. Yep. Mhm. Buy limit 1927.20. 1926. And targets again 1937. Place. Right, so this is a much better risk to reward ratio. Oh boy, hold on. I made a boo boo. Yeah. So, this is it's a 10R. This is a 10R trade. Right here, just below this week low. Stop losses 1926. Targets 1937. So 10R. Something like this. I'm not exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what do you want me to help you with? Hi. Um, you know, just a piece of advice. If you are going to buy into a project, hold on. Yeah, don't worry. I mean, we haven't missed the move. So if you're going to buy into a project, um, before I talk about that, I'm going to modify my pending order. Here's that imbalance that I want to trade on a pullback right here. Boom. So I'm going to place my buy limits at the 127.75 and my stop losses at the 126.15. Right. Let me just modify this. 127.75, 126.10. Yep, much better. Much better. Let's see if we can actually get filled on this trade. In hindsight, yeah, I know some of you are going to say you should have taken that aggressive entry um, at the 126.90. Yeah, I could have, but because price had already, broken with two very strong levels, I wasn't comfortable with taking that aggressive entry. Now, if price breaks with this high, I'm still holding on to this buy limit on a pullback. Right. So about that dash to trade, mate. If you're going to buy into a project, hold on. Well, you can't focus on the very, very, very short term, right? You can't do that. Let me just send that, this trade, this signal to my VIPs. Buy limit at the 19, 27.75. Stop loss at the 1 19 26.10, and TP at the 19.37. Let's have a look at the actual risk to reward ratio on this. Hold on. Uh, uh, just a second, guys. Just 6.26R. Call it 6R. And, uh, and I'm risking here actually uh, 0.65, I think. Yeah. All right. So, um, don't, don't, this goal just keep ignoring your trade plans. I mean, no, it, it's not ignoring my trade plans, right? Uh, if you notice, my second possible entry was here at the mitigation of this zone. What I did is what I did was I didn't want to take an aggressive entry, right? So that's why you think that I could have missed it because it has rallied already about 45 pips from my zone. But yeah, uh, I mean, really, really, really doesn't matter. The upside in this market is or was the optimal decision or the optimal side to trade. You know, yeah. Are you long at the moment in gold or not? Now, if you notice here, right, uh, if we get that pullback, right here, this zone is really, really going to fail, and very possibly we're going to get triggered on that long gold. But I don't know. This is just super strong. Let's wait and see what happens, mates. Let's go back to the pound yen. Oh boy. Don't tell me that I missed it because I was looking at gold. Yet. Oh boy. Right, this one really sucks because I was focusing on that other chart, right? And because I was doing this live show with you, I didn't get to place my pending order short in the pound yen. Um, very possibly, um, yeah, I'm actually going to place it, guys. I'm actually going to place it. Um, just a quick look at the Japanese yen. Yeah, I'm going to place this one again above this week high. What I think about this is that the London session, price action during the London session did not break with the Asian session lows. There was no sweep of the lows, right? So when this happens, the probability of getting a sweep of the highs is much, much lower. But I'm still going to wait for to see if price breaks with the highs and creates a new high during the London session. All right, so what are you guys trading at the moment? Took an aggressive long at 1927.91, but closed at 1929.80 just to recover the loss. Now I'm also in the buy limit. Awesome, Nicholas. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations. Yeah. So, do you guys think that? All right, let's wait a second and let's see what's going on here. Do you guys think? I'm just talking, right? Do you guys think that this market is a buy or not? I already have my answer and my idea, right? But I want to hear from you guys. I really want to hear from you. Yeah. Is it possible short swing for gold invalid now, which you mentioned yesterday? No, it's not. It's not. That's a, you know what? That's a great question. And I am actually going to talk about it in a second. Um, I'm just going to place that sell limit on the pound yen. Yes, a couple of things could happen here. We could see price breaking with its lows, taking out this liquidity, then coming higher, taking out this liquidity, and then, uh, you know, fucking everybody up, I'm sorry, and then, creating the move to the downside. But I'm going to wait. So I'm going to talk about that possible gold short on a swing for the swing trading group in about a second. Yeah, very possibly missed that gold long, mates. Yep, very, very, very much possibly missed it. But you know what? I'm not going anywhere, so I'm going to keep on. I'm not gonna turn off the show uh, just yet. So let's just wait and see what happens. Now, what do you guys think about this possible short on the pound yen? So, couple of things that I should really look for. Hold on. Yeah, I'm most definitely going to place this order higher around the 159.85. Stop losses 159.93 or 92.5. I'm gonna risk 0.5% too on this one. 0.5%. Hmm. Let's see. 159.85. One. I'm not sure about the 85. Just a second. 159. Hold on. Mm. I'm here, guys. I'm just trying to calculate this. So it's a very tight stop loss that I am looking at here on the pound yen. A couple ideas, right? I could actually go with a wide stop loss above the Asian session highs. I could go that way, or I could go for the tight risk to reward ratio above the previous highs. I'm just gonna wait and see because the Japanese yen also the Japanese yen is looking very 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 weak at the moment, right? So I don't wanna be a buyer on the Japanese yen. I mean, shorting the pound yen is actually being a buyer on the Japanese yen, with the Japanese yen being so weak at the moment and trading in the middle of nowhere, right? With this magnet right here, which means that the probability of the Japanese yen moving lower again or having another leg down is quite high. So that's the reason that I might not be a aggressive on this possible entry, but we will see, right? Let's wait and see what happens. I would have been triggered in right now, and I'm gonna keep my stop losses here at the aggressive level that I was looking at. And because of the Japanese yen going lower, very possibly this trade wouldn't have worked out. Yep. I mean, you always have to look at the currency you're trading. Always have to look at the currency you're trading. And in this case, it's Japanese yen. All Japanese yen markets are super, super, super bullish. We, and that's because of a weak Japanese yen. So, any questions, guys? Um, you know what? I'm gonna focus on this now. This would have been the aggressive entry, right? The aggressive short entry on the pound yen. But to be completely honest, because of how weak the Japanese yen is at the moment, I would rather take a um, a less aggressive entry. And that would be if what I'm going to tell you plays out, right? If the pound yen comes back down, breaks with these lows, right? That would change, the character in this market, at least on the very, very, very short term, right? Now, what I would look for is a pullback, right? First of all, what I would look for, let me just delete this. What I would look for here, what I would look for here is, a break of the lows, right? Then price coming back to retest this exact zone. This will create liquidity, right? And then looking for that imbalance here, price taking out that liquidity and then getting that entry, right? I am not in the mood to be aggressive on the Japanese yen right now. Let's have a look at some other markets while we wait this for this. I'm sorry. Um, Good morning, Nashville in the house, Tennessee. Nashville is one. I mean, Nashville is one place that I want to go to. I don't know if you guys like to travel. I do. And I have, like a list of not only places, but, things that I want to do. And last year, I did one was a road trip through the Pacific Northwest. I did from Seattle to the bottom of Oregon. It was amazing, and I've been wanting to do that since I don't know since I was like 18. So yeah, but now that I'm not single anymore, I don't know if I'm going to have permission to go to Nashville, mate. Yeah, I'm not just fucking around. Yeah, I mean, more so for the music, I want to go there. Seattle. I wanted to go to Seattle because of the music too, but fucking grunge is dead in Seattle. I was looking at the pound yen, right? The pound yen, the pound fucking yen. Right. So here you go. Right. The pound yen broke with the highs. So maybe this is going to be the last sweep of the highs before the changing character. So let's wait. Let's not be aggressive anymore. Let's not be aggressive and let's secure a good trade. Right? So here we go. Right? If price break with these lows, right, that would mean that this is the last sweep of the highs. That will mean that this sweep of the lows is a change in the immediate direction in this market, right? And then I'm going to look for that short entry, which in fact could yield a very high risk to reward ratio. India in the house, Habibi. You know, I had a friend that lived in Mumbai. I think it was Mumbai for about 6 months, and he really liked it. I think it was Mumbai. I don't remember. And it was quite the change because before that he was living in Amsterdam. Right, so let's wait for this to develop. Let's go back to gold. I mean, um, yeah, I have to journal these two trades. I really do have to journal this. I really, really fucking do have to journal this because not the first one, not the one that stopped me out at a lot, but the second one, the one that I didn't take aggressively. That was a weak move. But you know what? And to be completely honest, also it was an emotional decision because if you remember, the reason that I told you I wasn't going to take that aggressive trade was because I wasn't feeling it. You know, so I deviated from the from the rules of the setup and based that decision to not take that aggressive trade because I wasn't feeling it. So that's something. I mean, that's a mistake. I am in the pound yen short, but stop loss at 159.98. Let's have a look. 159.98, so all the way here. Oh, I mean, just above the highs, above the Asian session highs. I mean, it looks good. It is an aggressive entry, right? In this case, very different. Not, very different than the reason that I didn't take that gold aggressively, which was a mistake, of course. In this case, I am basing my decision on not taking an aggressive short in this market because of how weak the Japanese yen is. More so because I see still room for the Japanese yen to drop a little bit. You know, again, no one knows what's going to happen. No one fucking knows what's going to happen. But being in the middle of nowhere made being in the middle of nowhere, and having that magnet to the downside, more so because it broke with the Asian session lows. I'm just there's too much red flags in this to take an aggressive short. But if this is the actual last sweep of the highs, if this is the actual last sweep of the highs, and price sweeps with these lows, then I might just look for that short, which, if you notice, come on, man, do not do that. Do not do that. Fuck. Yeah. So it was creating an imbalance, but that imbalance is no longer valid. Let's wait and see what happens, mate. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm not feeling that aggressive entry short the pound yen, right? Or long the Japanese yen at these levels. So let's go ahead and let's watch some other markets. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Silver. You know what? Hold on. Just have a look at this, right? Have a look at this. Uh, we're looking at the 5 minute chart in silver. First of all, let's have a look at the 10 minute chart in silver. Super bullish, right? Super, super, super bullish market. You're still long, GJ? Um, Sevka? Well, yeah, congratulations, mate. I don't know where your entry is, I don't know where your entry is, but if you're making money, congratulations. So, price broke with the Asian session highs. Let's have a look at this on the 5 minute chart. Sorry. So, this actually looks very, very good. About a 9R here in silver. You know what? Let's have a look at the 5 minute chart in gold. You know what? I'm going to delete my buy limit in gold. The setup in silver is just so much clearer. And here I am very, very happy to take an aggressive entry. That is if price dips, takes out these lows, mitigates this, order block, and I'm gonna tell you why I prefer this entry. I'm sorry. Everything checks out for this entry model, right? First of all, uh, bullish. I mean, we are trading with the trend, right? Trying to dip buy a very strong bullish move, right? Now, second one, price broke with the lows, all right, swept or sweep all that sell side liquidity, created more sell side liquidity here, right? And the reason that I look at this low as sell side liquidity is because we have a massive imbalance here, right here. We have a massive, massive imbalance, right? I'm going to thicken the shit out of this chart for you because this is what a truly optimal setup looks like for this entry model, right? We have, even though price already swept with all of this, liquidity here, sell side liquidity, I'm looking at this low as more sell side liquidity. Why? Because we have a big imbalance here that is also an order block, right? Which created that break of the structure. So, having this, having everything checking on my checklist here, uh, gives this setup a very high probability of success. And of course, I would be triggering the very targeting the very highs um, of the actual structure right here. Yep. So I'm going to delete the pending order in gold, right? And I'm going to place this pending order in silver. So all right. So I'm going to place that pending order in silver, deleting that pending order in gold. Mhm. Vamos. So where is it? All right. So possibly around the 2381. Stop losses at the 2375. 2381 and 2375. Yep, that's a good risk reward ratio. And I'm going to target the 2430 level. Right, so let me just let me place the trade and send that signal to my VIP. So it's 2381, and I'm gonna record the video for my VIPs because I know that pricing differs from broker to broker when it comes to commodities that are not that liquid. 2375 and targeting 2430. Buy limit. Boom. Um, so it's an 8.5 R. Yeah. Silver. $23.81. Buy limit at the 23.81. Stop loss at the 23.75. And a TP at 24.30 for 8.5 R or so. 8.5 R. Oh no, don't you dare. Risk 0.5%. All right, I'm going to record that the video for my VIPs. All right. You guys have any questions? Go ahead and ask. GJ, running profit, GJ shorts. Shites. All right, hold on. We have a ton going on, We have a ton going on. Yep. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna send this to my VIPs, and I already did. So I'm gonna record the video on silver very quickly, and come back to um, yeah, and come back to the pound yen, right? All right, traders, how are you? The reason that I deleted my buy limits in gold is because the setup in silver is much, much, much better. So if we look at, let's have a look at the 50-minute chart in silver. This is a very, very, very bullish market, right? Very bullish market. After the last sweep of the lows right here, we got that changing character, break of the structure, break of the structure, break of the structure. So we're looking for longs and longs only, right? Now, if you notice here, hold on, let me just delete this. If you notice here, we have a 50-minute order block right here, right? And same thing on the 5-minute chart, right? The other thing that I dig about this setup is that within the order block we do have that imbalance that I'm looking at, right? That imbalance shows me that there was a ton of buying orders placed here that created again the new break of the structure. And after price, took out this liquidity, the current London session lows, which are these ones, I see it as more sell side liquidity. Why? Because this imbalance has yet to be filled, right? And if you understand inefficiencies in the market, 99% of the time that they tend to get mitigated because market has to price itself efficiently. So this setup is much clearer, has a much higher probability of success, and a much better risk to reward ratio. Right, let's go to the pound yen. All right, 2-minute chart on the pound yen. Yeah, I'm not in love with this. I am definitely not in love with this pound yen. Right, so Niklas, you were short the pound yen, right? Um, Something that you need to focus on because you're short, right, is the failure of breaking with the lows, right? And also the Japanese yen just keeps making lower lows, keeps making lower lows, and there's absolutely no zone here to support that weakness. In my opinion, right? I don't know what's going to happen, but that was the main reason that I didn't take an aggressive short. I might be wrong, I might not be, but let's wait and see what happens. Um, yeah, so waiting on that silver. Now I'm gonna change my chart to silver here. Right. Okay, so silver. I am most definitely not looking to place a trade within this range, right? I am not looking to place a trade within this range. So one of the things might happen, right? First one, price could in fact just start to rally from these levels, and then you know hit those targets at the 2430, and then come back towards that imbalance, right? In which case, I would not be interested at all in taking a long. But the other possible scenario is in fact the one that I want. That I'm planning or that I plan to trade, right? What I think about this also, even though this high is not yet a confirmed lower high, but it is a failure to swing higher in price. So that shows me uh, that the pullback towards that zone has quite high probability of happening. Everything is probabilities, mate, right? So, because everything is probabilities in this game, right? You have to look at everything as in numbers, in probabilities, even in your personal life, right? So, what would happen if I were to place a buy stop above the highs, right? Where would I place my stop losses? I would have to place my stop losses here. My targets would have to be at the high of the move, right? Now, now that price has broken with the Asian session highs, right? The probability of it, mitigating that 2430 is quite high. Because of that, the question is now, where are we going to take that buy? Are we going to take that buy here? No, right? We're going to wait for price to come down towards these strong levels, right? Which were the ones that we should have been trading in gold. Um, that I didn't take. So let's have a look at. I do this because it doesn't upset me, right? But if you're new to trading, I wouldn't recommend you do this. Looking in hindsight, you know what you left on the table. So an 8R, quick 8R to the 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 first rally. Like I told you, that doesn't affect me at all. I can do that, and I actually do it because I journal it, right? So because I journal it, I have to calculate, the profit that I missed on because of an emotional decision that I took at that time, right here. But it doesn't affect me, right? What it shows me is that I need not to do that, and then I should stay true to my entry model. So the pound yen. Let's wait and see what happens with the pound yen. I don't know why I am looking again at gold. Uh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know. If your stop losses are above the structure highs or the Asian session highs, I see no problem with it. Because, in fact, if you look at this, right, this order block right here hasn't been mitigated. And always look at this. It hasn't been mitigated just yet. So this might just be, again, more liquidity. So that means that we might get that last sweep of the highs before the actual move, which makes sense if we are looking for the last leg down on the Japanese yen, right? If we're looking for the last leg down of the Japanese yen before that big bullish move, makes sense to see a sweep of the highs on the pound yen before moving lower. Now, having said that, I was just looking at the lower time frames. Why don't we start with the hourly chart of this market? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to delete all the indicators here and the drawings. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Let's start by looking at this on the 30-minute chart. And I'm going to go lower again and again and again. Right. Pretty obvious imbalance here. Let's go to the 50-minute chart. Ten-minute chart. Same. 5-minute chart. Same. So this is the place, my friend. I think this is the place. Yeah, we are most definitely going to see a last sweep of the highs. If you notice here, just have a look. If you notice here, this is also buy side liquidity. So let's have a look at these highs. Yes, most definitely we will see a new sweep of the highs Thanks. Entry was from double bottom pattern. Nice, I must say. Right here, around the 159.30 for you. That was nice. Nice move. 40 pips. That's awesome. In 50-minute chart, yeah, I'm looking at the let's have a 50-minute chart, double bottom. So talking about these 2 weeks right here, yeah, that was a nice trade. Oh, yep. Same thing, guys. The same thing, right? This move right here. So what did you do? You place a buy stop above the highs with stop losses here, or did you took a market entry, an entry at market? How did you manage that trade? I'm very curious to know. So coming back towards this. Yeah, 160.17. Yeah, I need to wait and see what happens with the Japanese yen. Most definitely. These are the lows. I mean, around here is the order block that I'm looking at on this market. So if we look, there you go. It's about to sweep the lows. At least 0.20% move to the downside still, in my opinion, which would be in fact very bullish for the pound yen. Now, having said that, why don't we go ahead and look for some possible stop lossage. So if I were to trade this right aggressively, I would put my stop losses above this structure high. My entry here. Let's have a look on an aggressive entry. Um, I mean, targeting the lows of the move is just fucking greedy. What I would do if I were to trade this aggressively, which I'm not. First target would be right here, the very, very, very lows, on which I would take 1R. Here, I would take, half off of it, which would be 1R, and letting it ride. But I need to wait and see what happens. Again, the Japanese yen basket's looking very weak, and keeps on breaking with the lows. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait to see the reaction at this level. And you know what? When this happens, right? When this happens, I'm going to see the reaction of that level and any sign of bullishness or buying volume, buying pressure. I am most definitely going to take that short on the pound yen. Should the pound yen be at this level, right? Because if the Japanese yen, right, um, if the Japanese yen, in fact, goes down to mitigate this demand area, right? We're talking about a 0.20% negative move towards this zone, right? I mean, a minus 0.20% move on the Japanese yen does not translate into a 0.20% positive move on on the pound yen, right? Doesn't work like that. But you can, I mean, it doesn't translate like that, and it can be calculated, right? But if we look at the pound yen, right, from the actual or current prices, right, towards that zone, we're talking about again a 0.20% move to the upside. So makes sense. It makes sense for this to be the possible optimal short setup in the pound yen. There you go. So the Japanese yen is now breaking with the lows. Just broke with the lows. So what I'm telling you that the reason that I'm telling you, rambling about this, is that I'm going to wait and see what happens here, right? Any sign of bullishness, I am going to possibly take that pound yen short, and possibly at market, right? Possibly at market. possibly risking less than 0.5%, maybe a 0.3, 0.4%, because I would be taking a very aggressive short on the pound yen, right? Which would mean a long on the Japanese yen, on a mitigation of a demand zone on the Japanese yen, but not on the pound yen, or not a supply zone on the pound yen, but a very, very strong imbalance on this market, which created the that break of the structure. So I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it makes sense to me to wait for the Japanese yen to react to that demand area before placing or before even thinking about placing a short on the pound yen, right? And I haven't even looked at the other Japanese yen markets if we have better setups, to buy Japanese yens. But why don't we fucking take a look at it, right? Uh-uh. I mean, if you have any questions, guys, just go ahead and type it on the chat. More than happy to answer. I'm not going anywhere. I'm having fun. Um, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. This is the best one. Yeah, this is the this is the best one. Right, I'm going to take this silver chart off my screens for a second. There you go. Big, big break of the lows on the Japanese yen. Let's wait and see what happens. I am going to add this. Where are you? I don't remember. Right, there you go. So the Japanese yen just got there. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the 30-minute chart in this market. Just to have a quick look at what's going on here. 50-minute chart. There you go. This is the one that I was looking at, right? 50-minute chart. There's still hips to go. I mean, not hips to go, but and again, we don't know. No one knows if I mean, no one knows what's going to happen in the sense that if this, demand zone is going to hold or not, or it's going to fail. No one knows, and also no one knows if price is going to come to mitigate it, at the top and then start to rally, or coming back and really entering the zone before buyers jump in. So no one knows, but I'm waiting for that last sweep of the highs on the pound yen. Right here, there you go. There you fucking go. Last sweep of the highs. Super, super, super weak Japanese yen, right? But that doesn't mean that we can be looking at possible longs on this market. So heads up because we might get a quite a nice trade right here. All right, so what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is that I am going to place. I'm not going to place any orders, guys. That's not what I was talking about. There you go, 5-minute chart, 5-minute chart. There you go. Let me see the pounding. All right, so aggressively speaking, all right, so aggressively speaking, this is not an order block that I would trade. This one right here. Why? Because it has been already mitigated, right? The one that I'm looking to trade is this one right here, and I am actually loving this setup because again, like in silver, we have the order block and the fucking imbalance. So, having said that, just having said that, uh, 160, let's call it 160.20. Yep, just above that order block, and we'll be targeting this. Yep. looking good. Right, Japanese yen. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens, mate. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. So, any questions or any comments or whatever? Whatever. Whatever. Right. I would love to delete this. Yeah, but I can't. Right. 10 minutes. All right. So let's really, really, really have a look at what we have here, guys. Um, on the should be the same. Yep, it is the same. Yes, it's the same. It is the same. Actually, this let me have a clear look at this. I mean, this is not an imbalance anymore. Ah, that was my bad. Hold on, 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it is. Now, here's the thing, guys. Here is the thing. Look, if you look at this week, mm, is that mitigation of that imbalance or not? I mean, who the fuck knows, right? All right. It's looking good. Are you planning on coding an EA? No, I can't code. I can't code. Oh, but you mean like having it code? But what kind of EA? I mean, I don't know if you can code this. I'm loving this. Salute. With the F1 strategy, not at the moment. Not at the moment. You know, I am about the F1 strategy. This is the F1 strategy, right? I'm still tweaking it a little bit. You know, what I'm loving about the F1 strategy, for example, today there was only one setup on the F1 strategy along gold, but it got invalidated before the fakie. So no one lost money on it, right? But I am still tweaking it. Right now we use the 5 minute chart for entries, and I'm not gonna tell you what these indicators are or anything, but I am back testing and tweaking on the 3 minute chart for better entries. When I say betters, with a better risk to reward ratio, right? So if and when I have it, yeah, I can look into that, and maybe, I mean, maybe not at EA, an EA that trades for you the strategy, but perhaps, an indicator here on TradingView that gives you the buying and selling and trade management alerts or something like that. Yeah, it's in the plans, but Um, I mean, this strategy is very good. Just have a look at this. This is a trending strategy. The F1 strategy is a trending strategy. I mean, we trade with the trend. For example, when was it? Right, this. After a big move in the markets, this is the pound yen, right? After this big move, right, the next day, more often than not, right, we're going to get these amazing risk to reward ratios using the F1 strategy, right? This is a trade that I took. Um, I took profits earlier about a 4R. I made a 4R here, but to the actual targets were a 5.45R, right? So um, it's not that you're going to find setups every day using the F1 strategy. For example, today there was no setups because yesterday we saw big reversals in the markets, which means that because this is a trend following strategy, we're not going to find optimal setups. So we don't trade it today. But when markets are trending, that is the moment to really, really step or really push the gas with the F1 strategy. And it's just a game about being patient and being disciplined enough to wait for this, right? To wait for the best and most optimal setups, to make money. This, I mean, it took me a ton of time. I almost went crazy developing the strategy, right? Because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to develop a semi-automated, trading strategy that anyone can apply. You just have to learn the fucking rules, and you have to understand what everything on this chart means or is, and then you just go market for market looking for that. Looking for it, right? Looking for those setups. It's pretty cool. For example, this strategy. Yeah. Um, Now, this is the thing. All right. So, from yesterday, this is yesterday's move. If the pound yen continues to rally and closes today bullish, then tomorrow, most definitely, we are going to get another amazing 5R using the, not tomorrow, but on Monday, an amazing F1 strategy setup. It took me almost a year to develop because I really wanted to. It's, this is not just another product, right? That we're selling. This is something that I do trade myself, and I didn't want to put out, just a strategy that I didn't believe in, that I didn't have the data about, that I have back tested. And yeah, this strategy is fully back tested on the markets that I personally trade, of course. People are really happy about it. Yeah, with any strategy, if you don't apply it correctly, you're not going to make money, right? Any strategy is all about trading the best and most optimal setups. Yeah, the F1 strategy, you can get it here. Hold on. If you are hold on. You know what? Because I'm feeling generous, I'm going to give you a discount for the F1 strategy, mate. So this gives you a 30% discount to the F1 strategy. Love F1. And it's just a one-time payment. It's just a one-time payment, and once you purchase it, it's not cheap. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not cheap, but it took a ton out of me to develop a strategy that brings money. And you have a lifetime access to my F1 strategy chat. This is an actual chat that we're 26 traders trading the F1 strategy. and we communicate every day. So you have a lifetime access to a chat with me. So I'm gonna give you the link where you can purchase it. Where is it? That's a good question, Tim. Hold on. Yo, where the fuck is it? Oh, not again. Hold on. I'm gonna show you what. I'm going to show you why I said that. So here, here's where you can purchase the. Oh boy, hold on. Give me a second. You know what? And you just reminded me that I'm gonna do that this weekend. I need to work on that landing page, on that sales page. Here, here's where you can uh, purchase the F1 strategy. You know, there's a couple of videos of what I've done with that strategy there if you want to watch them. So, the difference between the F1 strategy and the VIP signals is that from time to time I do send an F1 strategy free signal, but I tell you that it's an F1 strategy signal. The difference between the VAP signals and the F1 strategy is that there's they're two different trading strategies. And one is an educational product and the other is not, right? So the VAP signals, right? The VAP signals can be educational, right? Um, but um, they're different in the sense that it's what you guys have always been looked for or looking for, which is day trades, fast trades with high risk to reward ratio, so you can actually risk a lower amount, etc. And this is not semi-automated. Yes, I do have a set of rules to trade this entry model, but it's not a semi-automated, or systematic trading system that you can apply to any market. This is different in the sense that you have to. I mean, there is a small percentage on the decision-making process that is up to you. When it comes to the F1 strategy, you know what you have to look for, and if everything, checks, you just take the fucking trade, and you know it's going to print money. This, on the other hand, is different in that sense. It's not semi-automated. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Silver about to get triggered, and that's why I said no, not again. It's because of this. Hold on, silver. It's because of this. I just want to look at this again. Fuck. It doesn't matter, but yeah. This is the actual zone that I want to take the trade on. If I don't get triggered, I don't get triggered. I'm not in the game of chasing the market. Uh-huh. And you know what? If silver, in fact, just took out this that I told you was sell side liquidity, it's super. I mean, the probability of price mitigating this order block is quite high, right? And this is such a strong level, right? Yep, I'm digging this. Right, so let's wait for silver, and let's come back to the Pontiac. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right now, without any without any imbalances on the higher time frames. Why don't we have a look at what's going on here with the pound yen, right? So very strong bullish move, right? Um, when it comes to very strong bullish move. So let's start from the beginning. Last sweep of the lows right here. So when looking at the last sweep of the lows, you have to look for the last lower high. This one right here. Here is when this market changed its character from bearish to bullish, right? Now, I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive what I'm telling you because I'm possibly looking for shorts on this very bullish market. But again, just looking at what has happened, right? This, in fact, might be the last sweep of the lows of the highs. If this is the last sweep of the highs, my friends, right? If in fact this is the last sweep of the highs, what do we have to wait for? For the break of the previous higher low. When price breaks with the previous higher lows, then this market's character changes from immediately bullish to bearish. And then, after the pullback and break of the structure, this is where we're going to find that possible short position in this market. You know, now let's draw that imbalance again. Just because, right? So that is looking at the immediate structure in this market, right? And what I would want to see for a possible short opportunity, right? Now, a couple of things that you need to be careful with when trading this entry model or looking at the market the way that I'm looking at it right now is not making this mistake and mistaking this break of the lows as the change in the character in this market. This is no good, no bueno, no bueno. Why? Because in order for on a bullish structure, in order for a break of the low to be the actual change in the character of the market, you have to look at the actual last higher low. And how do you find the last actual higher low? By looking at the previous higher high. When this previous higher high breaks, then the previous lower high, actually this is the one, I'm a bit tired. No, this, let me see. Yeah, actually this is the one. Let me see. No, this is the one. So this is the one that needs to break with in order for the market, the character of this market to change. And then, this is when we are going to get those traps, right? For example, here we might, I mean, we don't know if this is the actual last sweep of the highs. We don't know. I mean, 20 minutes ago, we were looking at this possibility to be the last sweep of the highs. And again, it didn't happen, right? But, what could happen here, in fact, is if this plays out, right, and price breaks with its lows, then it's going to trap a ton of breakout traders. And this is the opportunity that I look for, right? People getting trapped in the sense that they're not wrong about the direction in the market, right? They're not wrong. They're just wrong on how they enter the market. It's very different to analyze or being a good analyst than being a good trader, right? And being a good trader, a big part of being a good trader is to know where these traps are, these liquidity traps, right? So if this happens and price breaks with the lows right here, boom, right? There will be a ton of breakout traders trying to get short, right? And of course, these people are not going to place their stop losses above the structured high. they're going to place their stop losses 10, 20 pips above their entry, right? Which is a dumb thing to do, right? Because there's no structure to place your stop loss above it, right? So what's going to happen is that these people are going to get triggered in on their short positions, but price is going to come back and sweep all those stop losses to mitigate the actual zone that or the order block that created this break before the move. And this is where we find those short opportunities with a great risk to reward ratio. So yeah, I mean, even though this is a day trading, you know, strategy, sometimes you just have to wait for everything to play out and develop, right? In my case, you know, I'm not too keen of trading between sessions. Um, I much rather trade the open of the London session and the open of the New York session. But because I've been here with you for 2 hours, what the fuck else I'm gonna do? Silly question, but how can I see the spread in the chart at MT4 like you do? Ah, alright, so you wanna see the spread, right? So you go here and you click properties and you click show ask line and you're going to get those two lines and that is the spread. It's not a silly question, mate. It's not a silly question. If you never think, never ever say that shit again, Nicholas. No question is silly. You know, silly are the people that don't ask questions because they think that the question is silly and they keep on with that, you know, unknown or not knowledge within them. You understand what I'm saying, right? You know, myself, I add whenever, I mean, and it doesn't matter if I'm talking or to whoever I'm talking. You know, it really doesn't matter to whoever I'm talking. If we're talking about something, and that I don't know about, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask always. Can you give us a signal made to trade it now? No. I mean, get the fuck out of here. You know, you are not in the right mindset. Didn't you hear what I just told you? What I just told everybody, right? I mean, this game is about patience. This game is about optimizing your decision making process and optimizing your entries, only taking optimal entries, right? Optimizing risk management. So if you're asking me to give you a signal because you want to fucking trade right now, then you are not ready for this. And or I mean, if you're a gambling addict, you know, there's better ways to, you know, to burn your fucking money. So yeah, that's my advice. Looking good, silver. I am going to be, I am literally going to be pissed if, if silver rallies from here. This is 3 pips. All right, so let's have a look at the jab, jappy, jab, jab. I'm going to be very pissed if silver rallies from here. Do you guys remember where my do you think gold will manage to go up and break the 2000 levels in the long term? Listen, mate, that's a good question. I don't know. But, you know, it depends, right? It depends on a lot of stuff. Why? When there's fear in the market, of course, that metals rally, fucking rally, right? Why? Because money moves from riskier investments like stocks, equities, whatever, into safe havens, which gold is one of them, right? That's why um, during when the war in Ukraine started, uh, gold. Making money in gold was so easy because you just needed to wake up and buy the fucking CFDs gold. I'm gonna show you because it kept on rallying and rallying and rallying. Why? Because there was fear in the market, right? What was it? I think it was this. Yeah, it was this rally right here. Most most likely this. And yeah. Also, you have to think about what really gold is, right? Who, why gold is a precious metal, and who gives gold its value? Damn it! Fuck you, silver. Uh, Okay, from now I'm going to be more passionate and optimizing my trades, take only on a good opportunity. Awesome, Adele. Listen, mate, and don't take anything I say personally. Don't take anything I say personally. I swear to God, I wish someone would have talked to me the way that I talked to you guys when I first started. It's not that I'm mad. It's not. No, don't be a don't take it personally. It's just to make emphasis, right? Because it's true. God damn it. This hasn't been my fucking day, guys. This hasn't been my fucking day. 3.5 pips. I said, God damn. I'm still keeping that order though. I'm still keeping that order unless, if price breaks with these highs, most definitely will be deleting it. But I hope some of you got triggered. I don't know. Yeah, some days. Some days are just are just it, really, we appreciate the tone of analysis you're delivering every day to us. Thanks, man. You're welcome. You're welcome, dude. You're welcome. Yeah, I dig. I dig these shows. It helps me out to stay in the zone. Some days are just so fucked up, right? Uh, I would. Again, this doesn't affect me. I am okay with looking in hindsight. But if I had taken that gold long aggressively, like I should have, I would be, and if this silver would have triggered me in, I would be up like 5R today instead of being down 1R. Some days are just like that. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, on the gold side, that I can work on that. But here is just I'm gonna call it bad luck, even though I don't believe in luck. Some days you're the hammer, and some you are the nail, buddy. Yeah, we all need to stay patient and wait for the proper entry. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. You know what? When I say I'm going to be fucking pissed, it's laughable because I don't get pissed. You know, it really doesn't piss me off to see this. Uh, but somewhere inside of me, something is fucking boiling. Yes, as I lost a lot of money trying to trade in the signal, trying to get rich quick, never and ever do it anymore. You will join the VIP soon? Awesome. Listen, Adele, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Right? First of all, work work on your strategy, right? Work on your entry models, right? Learn how to trade. The best way to do this is to learn one strategy, right? And if you don't, if you are a rookie, just first starting out, Learn a semi-automated trading strategy, right? With a defined set of rules that you can apply on every single market, like the F1 strategy, right? After doing that, you know, um, journal everything, understand the math behind the system that you're trading, get comfortable with putting money behind your trading decisions, and when you get to that level made, then you don't need to you don't need to try to get $50,000 to start trading. Fuck no. What you need to do is this: if the amount of pocket money or extra money that you have every single month is $500, instead of putting it, and this is an advice because this is what I do, instead of putting it on the fucking bank in a savings account, deposit it every single month into your trading account. Never risk more than 0.5 to 0.7% on a trade. Manage your risk accordingly and compound the shit out of your money. Compound the shit out of your money. You're not going to see big results on the short term, not even on the mid term. But wait a second and just wait 3 years after doing that every month with a strategy that makes money, even if you're making 3, 4% a month. By the end of 3 years, you're going to have enough money on that trading account to pay you a salary mate, right? It's just about getting more eggs for that basket, you know. Yeah, and that's what I do. I everything extra that I have, I put it on my trading account, and I compound the shit out of that. I don't risk a ton, because my goal is to create a beautiful equity curve, right? Uh, Within 2 years, with a very minimal drawdown, and then, and have a ton of capital in my trading account to start a fund and get outside money and trade even fucking bigger. Your goals have to be very precise and on the long term, right? And that's a good thing, those challenges. I passed the $100,000 account challenge with the F1 strategy, but I lost my account. That's why I haven't updated on that. I lost my funded account, but because I violated one of their stupid rules, right? Um, I just didn't read the fine print. And that's another thing. You read the fine print, understand the rules of the funding company that you're trading with, because they will close your account if you if you don't follow the rules. So I lost my funding account, and oh boy, hold on, let me plug my computer. There you go. And I haven't uh, tried it again. Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna try it again on February. A $100,000 account. Yeah, 100K again. And I'm gonna trade. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I like the idea. I'm gonna trade that account every day with you guys live here on my show at the Long and Open. Uh, yeah, so you can see the progress of that account, and yeah, and whenever I get funded, right, I'm gonna show you the payouts, and I'm gonna put that money also into my trading account. I mean, the thing is this, guys, right? Once you have a proven uh, trading system that prints money in the long term, it doesn't matter. I mean, the longest losing, not losing streak, but break-even streak that I've had was 3 months, right? Uh, yeah, was 3 months, and there were It was years ago, a couple of years ago, and there was a ton of things that I was doing wrong, a ton of leaks that I had to plug. But you know what? And yeah, and you know what? People ask me why. I mean, why don't you just buy the S and P 500? And I mean, my reasoning is why would I invest in ETFs on the S and P 500 if I'm able to beat it, right? It takes a ton of discipline. And it's not only the discipline that you have on your screens, but in your life too. And more so because of my fucking schedule. I start every day at 1:30 a.m., right? So yeah, I mean I have to take care of myself because I mean I can hit burnout very quickly because of my schedule and the pressure I have, physically on my body, right? If I don't exercise, if I don't take care of myself, everything would. I mean, if I don't do that, if I don't take care of myself, everything would be in detriment towards my trading results. So this is not just something that you do a couple of hours in front of your screens. This is this is a fucking lifestyle, right? Yeah, and I dig it. Yeah, I mean, just rambling around whilst we wait for this pound yen. Yeah, but you know what? This is a set of skills that, if optimized, I mean, you're going to be free for the rest of your life, right? Takes time, but again, mate, once you achieve long, once you have the math backing your trading system and you're disciplined enough to trade it optimally, the only thing that you need is just more capital. And the way to and with these funding companies, it's easy to get that capital. But if you start compounding, those $500 or 200, even if it's $200 a month, right? I know that trading a $200 account at the beginning sucks because I mean it's pennies that you're making, but it doesn't matter. Look at it in percentage, right? Because what you are doing is trying to create an equity curve that you can show people in 2 years, so they so you can manage money and get more capital and more fucking capital and more fucking capital because the goal is to trade bigger and bigger and bigger by doing the same fucking thing every single day. The only thing that changes is your position size, right? And the money you're going to make, right? So think about it. Create a fucking plan if this is what you want. And I believe that anybody can do this because this is not a fucking talent. No one is born a fucking trader, right? I am not Beyonce. Shit, I can't even sing. This is a skill, and a skill can be taught and can be learned by anyone by fucking repetition and discipline. So I believe that anybody can do this. It's super hard. It's not for everybody. Super fucking hard, right? It's simple, but it's super hard, right? You have to work on your mindset. You have to work on your body. You have to work on a ton of things, right? People are not going to understand you. People are going to ask you, "Oh, where's the money?" If you're a trader, where's the money? To those people, you say, "Fuck you," right? You might show them, "I'm trading a $500 account," but you will see me in 5 years, bitch. That's what I did. Uh, Having said that, I completely blew my first $500 account in less than a week. Right? So, I mean, and I'm just telling you this because it's achievable. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to be decisive. You have to really want it, and it's a good thing. Uh, it's a good thing in the sense that uh, if you put yourself in the lab for 3 years, you're going to be set for life. Is it possible to automate your training? I mean, the way that you're training? This? I don't think so. Listen, I am not into automating strategies that aren't, how to tell you this? I am not into trying to automate strategies that um, are not automated. I don't know how to say this in English, but it's different between the F1 strategy. Oh, oh boy, this was a great trade. The F1 strategy, yes, this can be automated for sure, and we will automate this strategy in this year. I just need to finalize and tweaking it, and all the people that have bought into the F1 strategy are going to get the F1 strategy indicator on TradingView, so they can just follow the buy and sell, signals. But this is different. This is different. There's too many things that, I mean, like in everything trading wise, there's a ton of things that are out of your control, but it's not automated. I don't know if you understand. Non, tu parles français toi aussi, hein? Tu sais quoi, ça fait depuis une vingtaine d'années que je parle pas français. The last time I spoke French, that I had a conversation in French was 15 years ago. Can silver may down? No. I think it will April down. Alright, so let's have a look at the Japanese yen, and I am going to go. Yeah, because fuck this. Alright, so let's have a look at the 17-minute chart. Remember, when I look at the 17-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, really doesn't matter. It makes no difference. The only reason that I move from the 17 to the 15 to the 12 to the etc. is just to have the entire price action in front of my eyes, right? So right now the Japanese yen is at that a very, 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 very uh, demand zone. I'm not gonna take this trade. I have decided. DXY and yen basket, is there a correlation? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't look at correlations, right? But I mean, maybe. All right. So listen. Yeah, I mean, there's always correlation between the markets, but when it comes to two currencies, the correlation might be on the reserves of the Bank of Japan, the U.S. dollar reserves, maybe their exposure to the treasuries market. I don't know. Like I told you, that is not my thing. So I couldn't answer. I'm just, you know, just speedballing and guessing out loud. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take that trade. Whew. You know what? You know what's going to be super funny? What's going to be super funny, mates, is that I would have been. You know what? This is just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. I would have been triggered in on my gold long, mates. How about that? I would have been triggered in on my long golds. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, it's just one of those days. Nothing to do. But you know what? This, in fact, is a decision that I agree on in hindsight to delete this pending order and placing the pending order in silver, right? I completely agree. This setup was far superior. You know, I just didn't get triggered by what, 3.5 pips. Yeah, 3.5 pips. So here was my entry, long position, right here. I didn't get triggered by 3.5 pips. And you know what? I am not going to delete that order, just because right now, this is the time of the day that I don't trade. I don't take any positions, because it's just choppy, right? There's really volume has dried up, etc. But I'm very keen to see what's going to happen during pre-market at the open, um, at the New York Open. We might still get that dip towards my entry level, because again, this low, I just see it as liquidity. Have a look at this. I mean, I'm going to end up my show with this. I'm going to end up my fucking show with this. Right. Hold on. So I see it as liquidity too, right? Like I saw this low as liquidity. I got taken out. I'm looking at this low saying as liquidity. Why? Because the demand zone is still unmitigated. That inefficiency in the market, that imbalance is still very much open, and there is a lack of real bullish momentum. So I'm keeping my order. Revenge trading? What do you mean revenge trading? Are you revenge trading? Because I am not. I mean, revenge trading would be taking a short here or open. I don't know. I'm so far beyond that I don't even know what that is anymore, mate. Yeah, I told you. I mean, I mean, if you had a look at what I did today, yeah. I mean, whilst I was placing orders, etc., you know, I, you know, this gold, for example, the one that I failed to take aggressively, right? I just saw price move in my direction. I would have made 4R easy, but I didn't. I mean, I'm not into chasing the market, you know. Yes, I made a mistake by not I mean, by not staying true to my entry model, and just placing that buy limit here, stop losses here. You know, yeah, I took an emotional decision. Emotional in the sense that I based my final decision on what price had done before, not on the math behind it. And the reason I take 0.5% risk here is because if I get stopped out, right, or was it here? Yeah, I was here. If I get stopped out, I still have another zone. So, yeah, but I don't chase it. I mean, I'm not gonna chase it, you know. I'm not gonna place a buy here just after that candle. No, I missed the move, I missed the move, right? Yeah, fuck revenge training. Now, having said that, this fucking sucks. I mean, and what sucks is not being, you know, not being on the trade here by 3.5 pips. But like I told you, I mean, this is still very much unmitigated. So even if price rallies towards these highs, and even if it rallies towards these highs, I mean, I have seen this move at the open I mean, a ton of times, right? Um, yeah, I have seen it, and if that happens, very possibly we'll be deleting my take profit. I mean, we'll be taking not full profits here, but letting it right. But you know what? That is an if or when, and yeah, that's 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 turning to wishful thinking, which I don't do. But yeah, I'm keeping that order, for the time being. If you're not a VIP, you might not get a feedback from me. Yep, 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 yep. On that trade, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go take a nap before the New York Open. Just a last look on the Japanese yen. Yeah, no, this is super, super, super weak, super bearish. I don't know. I mean, let's wait and see what happens. It's looking super bearish, but I mean, this candle just fucking sucks. Just imagine, and this is the thing, right? This is why you need to wait, right? This is why you need to wait. More so because, I mean, the idea was, buying into a very, very weak market, right? At least on the short term. Just have a look at this. And if you remember here, we had that order block, right? That bullish order block. Just have a look at how many people got trapped here on the wrong side of the market. I mean, this is just such a grab. So this is looking just worse and worse and worse. I'm not taking that trade. Yeah, I'm just waiting for that silver. Silver is my. Here it is. Silver is what I'm looking for today. Right. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for sticking with me whilst I rant about anything that crosses my mind. Yeah, some days are just like this. Nothing to do, nothing to do. Don't let this kind of days bother you. Piece of advice to battle this demon, and I call anything that can fuck with your mindset or your trading psychology a demon. And days like this can really fuck with your mindset and your trading psychology. So, um, when it comes to days like this, the way to keep that demon asleep is to think about your decision making process, not about the outcome of on the trade, but the decision making process. What matters is your decision making process. The outcome of the trade really doesn't fucking matter. What matters is everything that you went through your mind and how you ended up deciding to take that trade. If your decision making process was spot on, then it's all good. Why? Because this trade might have not worked out, but this is just one fucking trade. And if you're trading a trading system that mathematically proven to make money in the long term, if this trade didn't work or if this trade didn't fill you in on your position, well, it doesn't matter because the decision was optimal. And that decision will bring money for you in the long term, so don't be results oriented. Right? Uh, have a great weekend, guys. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to ask the last questions before I go to take a nappy nappy. Uh-huh. Well, this was a long show too. Well, this was the longest show I've had without taking any real trades. I'm not kidding. So no questions. Well, this was the longest show I've had without taking any real shit. I'm sorry if the sound was not good at the end. My mic was a little bit far away. All right, guys. So yeah, if you want to join the VIP group, the link is below the video. If you want to buy the F1 strategy, there's a 30% discount for it on the chat. Again, the F1 strategy is not cheap, but it fucking took a ton of me, and it's an amazing strategy. Yeah, so that's me. Have a great weekend. Stay off your charts during the weekend. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's no reason to be in front of your charts during the weekend. Unplug yourself. Go do whatever the fuck you want that you like to do, and come back fresh on Monday, as I will. All right. Cheers.